This is what my dad actually started with. It's a full body shell made by a company named Dynacorn. The rotten car you just saw mostly provided the serial number for the project. Going that route was thought to be simpler and safer, in theory. After thousands of dollars spent on several professionals, with questionable progress, and seeing my dad getting discouraged and financially drained, I decided to jump in. Having even less experience and zero knowledge, I spent hours on the internet reading, watching, and learning. I made mistakes, left some blood and sweat here and there, and almost set fire to the entire wiring harness. But it was all worth it. Although it made me dream of having one day a restoration project of my own and ride along with my dad, I could not financially and logistically justify such a silly project. And so the idea was never even considered. A couple weeks ago, my dad spotted an ad on Marketplace for a 1970 Mustang Mach 1. Had a lot of parts, body seemed fine, and the price was fair. Only drawback was it was a 7-hour drive from here. This is my idiot self talking to a camera that wasn't set up for the right audio input. We were a bit behind on schedule and I didn't bother making a sound check. This is Scott, former owner of the 70 Mach 1, owner of Nipissing Motorsport, where he has that big dyno in the ground right now. He's been in the business for nearly 30 years, so he knows his stuff. His garage here isn't actually the place he works in, which is kind of crazy since you can put more than 3 cars in there, plus the tooling. And he showed me this amazing car he used to actually drag race back in the late 80s. Scott had already started working on the Mach 1 project, but between moving and setting up his own new shop, he just didn't have the time to work on the project anymore. We rented a 10 feet cube and a trailer from U-Haul because there were a lot of car parts to move. Obviously, I was pretty pissed that I didn't have the audio from that conversation with Scott. Hopefully, he'll come see the project and we can finally have that conversation with the mic on.
left at 5 a.m. and we came back at around 11 p.m. so it was quite a ride. Road was beautiful though. It's not what you'd call an optimal setup, but for the summer it'll work. So basically what we're going to try to do today is try to clean some of that rust stuff and put some caster wheels on it so that we can move the car in and out, and removing the differential will alleviate some of the weight. So once that's done, we can actually start working on the body itself. I'm not what you'd call an expert welder. This is going to be my first time welding some sheet metal, so wish me luck. Left quarter panel, there's some damage here. We have a spare quarter panel that I'm going to use to cut out all this area here. So basically I'm going to cut out all the way here up where it's good metal. You can hear there's nothing rotten in there, it's just really good metal. So yeah, that's one of the things we got to do. Interior is pretty nice. There's very minimal surface rust. Bit of rust there where the plug was. We're gonna patch that. I ordered these, they're called floor to firewall on the passenger side, and in the engine bay we have where the batteries always leaked, so you have a big hole here. So this panel I have, and this is called the strut rod bracket. Was it hit from the side? There seemed to be, there was some contact here that was made. I've tried just trying to straighten that thing. It's just, it's so stiff. So yeah, new strut rod bracket, and we got to remove all of those old brake lines, all that stuff, so I can actually start cleaning all of this stuff out. I have the chuck tower reinforcements that came with a big block, so I'm gonna actually have to remove all of those spot welds, then install the brackets reinforcement, and then weld that back in place, hopefully. Hopefully. So that's pretty much it for the next few days.